Welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessings. This is Pastor Luis Luciano from Oklahoma. Thursday, March 20. Who is my neighbor? In Luke's account, just after Jesus declares the two greatest commandments of love for God and love for a neighbor, a lawyer wanting to justify himself said to Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Luke 10:29. In response to this, Jesus tells the now familiar but then shocking parable of the Good Samaritan. Read the parable of the Good Samaritan in Luke 10:25-37. What is this passage saying in light of the cry of the prophets for mercy and justice, and of the kinds of injustices that different people, groups, have inflicted on others throughout human history? Jesus did not just talk about justice. He came to bring it. He was and will be the fulfillment of the prophetic call and longing for justice. See Luke 4:16-21 in the light of Isaiah 61:1 and 2. He is the desire of all nations, especially those who recognize their need for deliverance. In direct contrast to the enemy, who grasped the power and sought to usurp God's throne, Jesus lowered himself and identified with those under sin, injustice, and oppression without being infected by sin. And he defeated the enemy by giving himself in love in order to establish justice as the one who is just and the justifier of all who believe. How can we claim to be concerned about the law that Christ died to uphold if we are not concerned about what Christ calls the weightier matters of the law? Psalm 9:8-9 proclaim, "He shall judge the world in righteousness, and he shall minister judgment for the peoples in uprightness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble." Likewise, Psalm 146:7-9 adds, "God executes justice for the oppressed and gives food to the hungry. The Lord gives freedom to the prisoners. The Lord opens the eyes of the blind. The Lord raises those who are bowed down. The Lord loves the righteous. The Lord watches over the strangers. He relieves the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turns upside down." How much clearer could the Word of God be in regard to how we should seek to minister to those around us who are in need and are hurting? What can we learn from the life and ministry of Jesus about reaching out to those in need, even if we can't perform miracles as he did? For many hurt people, how could our help be deemed miraculous enough?